Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something really critical. How does an organization, let's say like Give Basic Needs, actually secure the funding it needs? It's often more than just asking for donations, right?
Exactly. It's
Why?
much more strategic. We're talking about these deliberate multi-step ways they engage people.
Right, that seven touches principle people talk about. The idea is to build trust, show the impact they're making, and really sustain their work long term.
Precisely.
So yeah, let's dive in and unpack this.
Okay. So the seven touches idea, it's actually, it's grounded in some solid behavioral science. The core concept is simple. Multiple, consistent interactions build familiarity. They build trust.
Over time.
Over time, yes.
Yeah.
For an organization like Give Basic Needs, it means, intentionally cultivating relationships, using meaningful touch points to guide potential supporters from just being aware of them, all the way to becoming sustained partners.
That makes a lot of sense. Focusing on the relationship, not just the transaction. So how does this actually play out with different types of funding? Let's start with grants, maybe.
Good place to start. Yeah, for grants, every single interaction counts as a touch. And those initial touches, they're really vital. We're talking thorough research on the funder, making absolutely sure there's alignment before you even think about making direct contact.
So doing your homework first.
Absolutely. Then comes the cultivation phase. This involves things like a tailored letter of inquiry, an LOI, basically a short summary of your proposal,
Okay.
being super prompt if they ask for more info. And crucially, those informal engagements, things like virtual site visits or even in-person ones if possible.
Ah, so they can see the work firsthand.
Exactly. It builds that emotional connection, that confidence. Plus, you need proactive updates on progress. Keep them in the loop.
So the grant application itself is more than just paperwork then. It's a major touch point in its own right.
Oh, definitely. It has to be crystal clear, really concise, and it's easy for the funder to understand. And then, after you hopefully get the grant, stewardship is key.
Stewardship, right. What does that involve?
It means regular, specific reporting on your impact. Telling them exactly how many meals were provided or how many people got shelter or received medical help because of their funds.
Real numbers.
Real, tangible results. That transparency, plus keeping the conversation going, builds trust for the next time you might need funding.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. What about corporate partners? They often have their own corporate social responsibility goals, CSR. How does the seven touches work there?
Right, with corporations, the cultivation often involves really customized proposals. You need to show the mutual benefit. How does partnering with Give Basic Needs help their reputation or meet their CSR targets?
So it's a two-way street.
Very much so. And offering things like employee engagement opportunities, that's huge. Think group volunteer days, promoting matching gift programs. Those kinds of joint initiatives really strengthen the connection.
And keeping that relationship going.
Yet, sustaining engagement there means regularly sharing impact stories. Framing it like, thanks to Company X's partnership, this many families got food aid. Public recognition helps too, of course.
Got it. It really sounds like this whole seven touches thing maybe shines brightest when you're talking about individual donors, where that personal touch is everything.
Absolutely. For individuals, those initial touches might be multi-channel email, social media, maybe even direct mail. And here, compelling storytelling is just paramount.
Storytelling.
Yeah, focusing on, character, conflict, and resolution, drawing people in emotionally, showing Give Basic Needs as a source of solutions. Then cultivation is about deepening that connection through personalized communication. And importantly, non-ask engagement. Maybe invite them to a virtual tour, a webinar. Connect with them before you make a direct solicitation.
Build the relationship first.
Exactly. And then, for sustained engagement, prompt thank yous are non-negotiable within 24 or maybe 48 hours. And personalized ones.
Not just a form letter.
Definitely not. Maybe add little surprise and delight things. A handwritten note, perhaps. Keep sending consistent impact reports. Recognize anniversaries of their giving. Make them feel like insiders, with exclusive updates. That builds real loyalty.
So when you pull it all together,
Yeah.
whether it's grants, corporations, or individuals, it seems the path to sustainable funding isn't really about one big ask. It's about this consistent, meaningful relationship building.
That's the core of it. If we connect this to the bigger picture, this kind of strategic, multi-touch engagement builds stronger, definitely more resilient relationships. That leads to long-term loyalty, increased support, and makes the organization much more sustainable. And, this raises an interesting question, I think, for you listening. How might you apply these principles? Consistent, personalized engagement, showing impact. How could that build stronger relationships in your own life or work? professional, personal, whatever it might be.
Yeah, that's a great point that these tactics for building relationships, they really can apply far beyond just fundraising, can't they? Definitely something to think about how these insights could enhance connections everywhere in your life.